Okay, let's get right into it. Bangladesh's leather industry, I mean, it should be a global titan. It has all the right ingredients. But for some reason, its performance just hasn't lived up to its potential. It's a real billion-dollar puzzle. And today, we're going to try and put the pieces together.
So where does the story start? It starts with the material itself. Bangladesh has some of the absolute finest leather on the planet. And that's not just a small detail. It's the bedrock of what could be a world-class industry. It gives them a huge natural advantage right out of the gate.
And the ambition? Well, it's just as big. The government has put a massive target on the board. They want to turn this natural gift into $5 billion in annual export earnings. That number isn't just a goal. It's a huge statement about what they believe this sector can do.
And here's where it gets really exciting. Anyone who follows Bangladesh's economy knows about the ready-made garment industry, or RMG. It's an absolute legend. The dream is that leather could be the next RMG, another mega industry that could completely reshape the country's economic future. The potential is seriously that massive.
But that brings us to the core problem, the paradox of it all. With so much promise, a huge government target, and this incredible success story to model after, you'd think exports would be through the roof. But they're not.
Let's just look at the cold, hard data. After hitting a peak way back in 2016, export earnings from leather actually started to go down. You can see the trend right here on this chart. Instead of climbing towards that $5 billion peak, the industry has been sliding in the opposite direction.
And that is the central question, isn't it? With world-class materials and this unbelievable potential, why is the industry stumbling? What is holding it back? To figure that out, we've got to look at the roadblocks. Now, it's not just one single thing, but there is one issue that towers above all the others. And it really boils down to this. The single biggest hurdle is compliance. We're talking about meeting the very strict environmental and social standards that the global market now demands. See, in today's world, it's not enough to just make a great product. You have to make it the right way. And the gatekeeper for the right way is an organization called the Leather Working Group, or LWG. Just think of them as the quality control for the entire global industry. If you want to sell to the big international brands, the ones that pay top dollar, you absolutely need their certification. It's not optional. It's your passport to the premium market. And this right here shows you the problem perfectly. Bangladesh's main tannery hub in Savar has a central effluent treatment plant. It's supposed to handle all the industrial waste, but it just can't keep up. During the busy season, it can only process about half the waste that's produced. This one failure makes it impossible for the tanneries to get that all-important LWG certification. And the financial hit? It's staggering. Firms have to sell their amazing leather to markets that don't require compliance for prices that are up to 40% lower than what they should be getting. That's just a massive loss. But the headaches don't stop there. Even if they fix the compliance issue tomorrow, there's another major roadblock waiting: logistics. Simply getting goods from the factory floor to the global customer is a slow, difficult process. In a fast-paced global market, time is literally money. Every single day a shipment is stuck in port or tangled up in red tape is a day a competitor is pulling ahead. The efficiency of your trade system is every bit as important as the quality of what you're selling. And this table just lays it all out. To get goods through border compliance for export, it takes 168 hours in Bangladesh. Now, just look at the competition. Vietnam does it in 55 hours, and China, a mere 21 hours. That is a gigantic competitive disadvantage. It's not even close. And as if that wasn't enough pressure, there's a ticking clock. In 2026, Bangladesh is on track to graduate from its least developed country status. Now, that's a huge economic achievement, but it comes with a catch. The country will lose its special duty-free access to major markets. This makes fixing these compliance and logistics problems more urgent than ever. So how do you fix all this? Well, a great place to start is to look at a competitor who's absolutely crushing it. Let's take Vietnam, a country that has built an incredible leather export machine. When you put them side by side, the different strategies become crystal clear. While Bangladesh is struggling with compliance, Vietnam has pulled in enormous amounts of foreign direct investment, so much that it covers about 80% of its footwear exports. While Bangladesh has few trade deals, Vietnam went out and signed major free trade agreements with huge partners like the European Union. And as we just saw, its whole business infrastructure is just way more efficient. Okay, this all might sound pretty daunting, but here's the thing.
There is a clear way forward. The solutions aren't some big secret. In fact, they're already written down.
And that's the good news. Bangladesh already has a plan on the books. The 2019 Leather and Leather Goods Development Policy is this fantastic document that nails the problems and lays out the right solutions. So this isn't a case of not knowing what to do.
And that brings us to the real bottleneck. As the policy review itself says, the problem isn't the plan. It's getting it done. It's the execution. Because a brilliant policy that's just sitting on a shelf doesn't actually do anything. The real challenge is turning all those words into action.
So what does that action look like? Well, the roadmap is pretty clear. Step 1, and this is the most urgent, achieve compliance. Upgrade that treatment plant immediately. Step 2, streamline trade. Set up a real one-stop service at customs to slash those delays. 3, secure future markets by getting out there and signing new trade deals before that 2026 deadline hits. And finally, step 4, empower the people. Invest in skills and support entrepreneurs to unleash the full power of the workforce. Which leaves us with this one final thought. The potential is absolutely there. The plan is sound, but that clock is ticking. The question is no longer about what to do, but whether it can be done with the speed and commitment needed to finally solve this billion-dollar puzzle.